Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Renee Goodwin, and I'm here with my co-host Betty Smith Rose. Betty and I are both children's book authors. I am the author of Gigi Life Lessons Storybook Series, and this is one of my books. Gigi Ask, Is Jesus in Your Class? I just thought I might mention it today since we are talking about spirituality.
Yes, that's a good place to start.
And my books are on my website, gggstorybooks.com. And I'll let Betty introduce her books.
My book is Can I Have a Monkey? This is really good for about 18 months to about 7 years, somewhere in there. But babies as young as 6 to 12 months also enjoy it. The older preschool, they're starting to learn some sight words, and so this book has 15 sight words in it. And if you'd like to get a copy, you can just send me an email at canihaveamonkey@gmail.com. But now my day job, I'm the program coordinator for the K through 16 Literacy Center at UT Tyler. So our little Born to Read program, which Renee has participated in, this was kind of a good time to talk about spirituality. We're just coming through the Easter season, and we have some families that are celebrating Ramadan still. And at the Born to Read program, we have a variety of books that get donated to us. And whenever someone donates Bible storybooks, that's one of the most popular things. That's something our parents want. They want to establish their faith, their culture, early in their child's life, so that it's something that they grow up with, and so that their child, and then soon to be adult, has their faith that they can fall back on.
It's interesting you say that because this book was based on a story that my father had with my nephew over 20 years ago, and just somehow I've always had that back in my mind, and I figured out how to make it a Gigi book. But basically it was my father was always making sure that we as children and then our children had a religious foundation.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
very, very important.
Yes.
To get us through this earthly life.
And I think most parents still feel that way, and that's what I find in working with the Born to Read parents. Renee and I, we started these video podcasts to help and encourage each other. So even though we may not have the exact same beliefs or the same cultures or traditions as someone else might have, we still can connect with each other. We each lean into our faith in our own ways, but we're women, we're moms, we're wives, grandmothers even. I'm a great grandmother. I hate to say how old I am, but I've got, 4 great grandchildren. I started early, there we go.
Very blessed.
Yes, very blessed. But, we just, we learn throughout our lives to depend on our faith, and especially in hard times.
Yeah.
But even in the good times, that's especially the times to be teaching your children and celebrating your faith with your family. Was there something in particular that you and your family did, like during the Easter season, that really helped you? And
well, personally, I always try to during Lent, the 40 days of Lent, from Ash Wednesday to Palm Sunday, through Palm Sunday to Holy Thursday, I always try to do something special and something a little sacrificial, if you will. So I always try to give up one of my favorite treats or something, but then also try to do something to enrich my faith, whether it's study the Bible more, participate more in the special holy service, the services they had during Holy Week, and so that was very enriching to me this year, and I will definitely try to always do that in the years to come. I hope I can.
And I know in some faith, their traditions are to give to the poor and less fortunate more during the time of the springtime celebrations, I'll say. And sometimes they'll give up, even children, give up a toy or, something. They learn at a very early age to be charitable toward others in the community And one day those same children are going to grow up and they're going to be leaders, and so they can lead the community in that way as well, to be involved with those that are less fortunate.
And we were talking earlier today about kindness.
Yes, definitely.
Doing that special little, extra little thing, being kind.
That's something you can learn very young as well.
But also, I think as women, that deepen your faith in your beliefs, but also that hope. We have to have hope. Hope for tomorrow.
Yes.
Hope for the years to come. Hope for our children and their children's children, and on and on.
And we've talked about our, some of our sessions, we've talked about our emotions, our feelings a little bit more. And we are still going to go back and delve a little deeper into those. But, you know, if you don't have faith, I just don't understand how you can make it through those difficult times. Maybe, I know a lot of people, you know, go to church regularly, and that really helps them. And then others have different ways. Maybe they read their Bible more, but they don't go to church as much. Think about during COVID when no one could go to church practically.
Yeah.
So I think because of that and throughout that, people have some new ways to celebrate their faith, new ways to practice their faith. And so I think at least that's something good we had come out of that. But springtime it's not just the religious holidays. It's a time of renewal. It's a time of new life. It's a time for new opportunities. It's almost like a start over, if you will. And so it's a good time of year to reflect, I think, and maybe see if there's something else that you can do or that you want to do, something that's important to you. Maybe this might be a time to get started with it, a new project or something.
We talk about those words that start with R-E, like you just mentioned, without realizing it, you said about 6 words that started with R-E.
Did I?
Yes, which is great because that's what we're talking about, a season of rebirth, revisit, reflect, revise.
It's true.
There's over 4,000 words that start with R-E, and I was telling Betty, my name being Renee means rebirth. R-E and then Nay being birth. So I always feel like, I guess my namesake, I need to constantly be rebirthed.
You need to follow.
So I need to always grow in my spirit. That's what we're talking about. Commit yourself to grow yourself. Grow myself in mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and every day, every minute of every day.
Yes.
You know, don't let, and I think we've talked about this before, don't waste time. Don't wish your life away. Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, make important every moment. And like you're asking about the Easter season. Well, one of them is just being with your family. And friends, and I had the opportunity to share the time with my sons and his fiance, and it's just such a beautiful, beautiful time. I was so thankful that we were able to share our spiritual life together, and also share a meal together and visit, and just those little, take a time out and appreciate those gifts that we are given.
Exactly, and it's the same for me. My husband and I visited one of our daughters and the great-grandchildren and the grandchildren too. But it was just nice to go to church with them, and they go to a different type of church than we go to, but it didn't matter at all. It did not matter at all. You know, we were just there as a family, you know, just celebrating life and the renewal of life, and it really was just a special service. I really enjoyed it. And I think when we go back to what you said a minute ago about reflecting, this is a good time of year if there's something you want to change. If you reflect back and maybe something's not working for you exactly the way that you think it should, you know, what can you do to change things? And we can even go back through some of the podcasts that we've done, the video podcasts, maybe pick up some pointers there. Okay, we're to this point in our life, and let's start here and let's make some changes now, because as you just said, you don't want to waste those moments.
And I'll interject too. One of my sons, we were visiting, and he mentioned that he had shared went to church with a couple of his friends, different church than what he has been growing up with, and I just think that was very important that we understand our friends and their other religions, and be another RE word, respectful.
Yes. That is so true. I think we must be respectful of other cultures, other religions, other traditions. I think we need to be very respectful. And I think that's how Jesus would be,
Exactly.
how God would be, and I think that's how He wants us to be. I don't believe in condemning someone else that practices their faith in a different way than ours, and we're not here to debate one faith over the other either.
Right.
Because we do need to be very respectful towards others.
And we're not here to judge
True.
anyone.
Very true.
Just try
Very
to
true.
try to live a beautiful life, a life that the Lord has given us. I'll speak for myself, to live. And I'm so blessed and appreciative, and just try to make every moment.
And I can truly say, looking back farther into my life than I even want to look into, I would not have made it without God in my life, without having a faith to fall back on. I can go as far as to say I would not be alive without my faith. And so with that in mind, you want to be able to live out the rest of the days that you're given, whatever your starting point might be. You could have established your faith when you were a child, like some of the little born to read, their parents teaching them. But there's also women that didn't grow up in a home like that, and they weren't taught a particular faith. And so you could be someone that's just now starting to explore the idea of which faith or which belief or which traditions or cultures you want to adopt for yourselves. So you could still do that as an adult, starting today.
Right, exactly. Back to the word reflect. I was having a conversation with my husband and I were driving on a trip the other day, and I asked him, if you could or would you, do you feel like you wish you could have changed any part of your life or made a different decision that would have changed your life, and but just back to reflecting, that there comes a point in time when you're responsible for your choices, and maybe some things that in your life you were not in control of because of your age or whatever, but there comes a point in time where you're responsible for what you say and do.
Yes.
And
going forward.
Yes. And also that will help or could help or hurt someone next to you or close to you, or and so you be mindful of those things. So. And I always think kindness, let your spirituality, let your hope, your love
be from what's on the inside of you instead of
come
judging
out first.
someone else.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, at the university where I work, we have students from all backgrounds, all cultures, all faiths, all religions, all beliefs, and we love all of them.
That's right.
They're all special in their own way.
Beings, right? We're all created in God's image and likeness. And so I guess our time is almost up, Betty.
I know, we went through it fast today, or it seemed like it.
We never want to speak too long, but we always have more to say, so you need to always tune back in.
That's right.
We'll share another Team DG video podcast on our YouTube channel. So please, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope that we did give you some insight, some spiritual uplifting, and something to think about in your days forward. And we will see you next time.
I think that's it for